These examples illustrate how to use a while loop. And for a while loop, you are only checking the condition, which means that the value that you are checking, in this case, num1, needs to be set above the loop. And at the bottom of the loop, we also need the ability to change the value so that the loop can be false. And so we're not in an infinite loop. So here we've got, enter an integer. So we entered the first integer. -1 means end. As long as it's not -1, we told them to enter a second number. And then we're asking them, what is number 1 plus number 2? We read in the answer. And here we get into a wrong answer loop. So if they don't answer correctly, we are going to stay in this loop. So we just display that's not correct. Please try again. And we read in the answer again. So it is conceivable they could be in an infinite loop here if they really do not know what the right answer is. Assuming they get out of the loop, we tell them great job, and we ask for another number. As long as it's not -1, we're going to ask them for a second number and then do the calculation, the wrong answer loop again. This is using a counter instead of a sentinel. And so we've set it equal to 0. We're going to stay in here while it's less than 5. So it's kind of similar to the last one. We're asking for a number, then we're asking for a second number, asking what is number 1 plus number 2, reading it in. While the answer is wrong, we prompt them for a new answer. And when they get done, we tell them they did a great job, and we add 1 to the counter because we're only going to do this 5 times. Here we are using a sentinel. So the user gets to determine if they are going to continue or not. So if they press an N, that means that they are not going to go into the loop. So we read in what they enter, declare some variables, and we make sure that they did not enter the letter N. And I'm checking for a lowercase or an uppercase n because even though we have lowercase n here, some people would key it in uppercase. Then we're just saying enter 2 whole numbers. We're reading those 2 numbers in, doing a little addition, asking them what is the sum of the 2 numbers, reading in the answer. We get into a little wrong answer loop. And then once they answer correctly, we ask them if they want to continue. Okay, and we read it in, and we stay in the loop until they say no.